Hello, welcome, good morning. Welcome to our week 5 of technology class. And this week we are going to be continuing with our second step lessons. So our topic that we'll be discussing this week is, are you a leader and an ally? And so we'll be taking a look at what does it take to be a leader and an ally to others in our lives. So I'm not going to make this too long. I'll hopefully make it pretty quick. And then your assignment for this week is going to be to type up the answers to the questions for lesson 2. And I also have another typing assignment for you. So if you go into your typing account under assignments, so when you log in to your account, you should see assignments. So far, we've had a typing assessment, we had a skill builder, and now this week we're doing a beginner review. Okay, so that's what you do every week, is you just do whatever the assignment is. So it's a little bit different from last year where I was having you keep track of your time. It's not like that this year. This year you're just doing whatever the lesson is, okay? So make sure you're doing the beginner review. Alrighty, so let me go into our second step. This is lesson 2. So here's a quote here. It says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So think about that for a moment. Your actions, right? What you do every day, how you are, your attitude, your behaviors. If those are inspiring other people to want to become better, right? To want to be able to do more and become more, then you're a leader. You're somebody who lifts people up and you inspire them to want to reach their full potential. So that's really what a leader is. And my hope and prayer is that all of you guys will become leaders in your future, if you aren't already a leader right now, that you're building up your leadership skills, because we need you guys in the future to be going and becoming the next president, the next attorney general. And we need you in so many different leadership positions, starting your own companies, becoming CEOs of your own companies, getting into top places of leadership where you can lead others with a Christ-like, just servanthood, where you serve other people as Christ would, and you show his love to other people, and you change the world. That's really the hope that we have for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the little video now.
And everyone knows about it. It's just different.
I remember at one point this older guy who we knew each other's names, but we hadn't really met. We weren't friends. He helped me out because I had a problem with Enquire. We keep our music in a certain folder and we go and get that every day, and I was panicking because I didn't know where to get it and what do I do with it afterwards. And he helped me by calming me down and just showing me and telling me what I do, and that really helped.
When I was in 7th grade, I was walking to my class, and there was a big group of 8th and 9th graders standing in the middle of the hallway, so I had to kind of get through them to get down the hallway to my class. And they're big 8th graders and 9th graders, and I was a little 7th grader, so I was kind of scared. And I was like, excuse me, pardon me, trying to get to the hallway, trying to get to my class. And so I, pushed through the group, and they're laughing at me because I was trying to get to my class on time. And they're like, oh, we can be late, and a little 7th grader trying to get to her class, run away. And then somebody that I knew out of the group, she was like, hey guys, don't knock it off. And she said hi to me. And I was like, why? And she was like, don't listen to them. Don't worry about them. I was like, thank you. And yeah.
When I was in 7th grade, an 8th grader helped me out. I was looking for my classes, and she saw me holding my schedule, and she came up to me and said, do you need help? And I was like, yeah. And she I told her my class and everything. She's like, oh, it's around the corner. And so she helped me. She walked me there and everything, so it just made me feel a lot better. The school's all respectful and everything.
It was an older student. I was having a really tough time in my life at that point, and they sort of took me in, and it just really helped me out. I gained so much more self-confidence because they treated me really well, and it made me feel like I could help other people, and I have been able to help other people because I have more self-confidence.
Okay, so this video is talking about kids that when they were younger and how somebody was an ally to them, somebody helped them out. So my hope is for when you guys, now you're like the oldest at this school, right? And it is definitely a small school. You're not really in this large middle school. You have to run around and change classes and have these big lockers in the hallway with thousands of other kids. So that will be you guys next year. But hopefully this year, you're, thinking of ways that you can help the younger kids. If you, have a younger sibling or cousin or friend, that you can help them, right? Because you know what the Bible says, right? Um, how you treat others is how they're going to treat you. And so, just setting yourself up next year, if you're going to want to make some good friends, right? You're going to want to make sure that you are also being somebody who is helping other people. All right, let me put on this next part of the video.
And everyone knows about that school, and they know different society.
When I stand up for people who are being bullied, I didn't have any intentions for it to like benefit me, but I've learned that like it kind of gives me leadership ability. It gives me the the title of being like a role model material. Like, oh wow, like she really has ownership, she really has courage. Like she stands up for herself as well as other people. It put me above people who were like childish and acting corny and like bullying other kids. It made me feel better because I was like, to know that like I'm helping someone else and to know that like, yeah, I do have ownership. Yeah, it does feel good.
When I was in 8th grade, I'll use that example. Like 5th graders, even 6th graders, they would come into our school just to use the band room, whatever. And the older kids, 8th graders, I would always make fun of them, and I'd feel bad. I was like, hey man, that's not cool. We used to be just like them. And so then I would just go, say, hey, don't let that go. It doesn't matter. He's just kidding. Don't let that ruin your day. Move on.
By then I was older and I felt like I was in charge of the school because I was an 8th grader, and there's a lot of 6th and 7th grade boys like messing with each other and being tough and pushing each other around and like yelling and stuff. So it's just like being older. I think it's, if you're an older student and you see that happening, if you say something, even the smallest thing, it could prevent it for a long time for them not to do it again.
So again, guys, you can be allies to people, like you can be role models, and the way that you treat other people, you could really inspire others, through your actions. So empathy, again, we go through this word like every week, but being able to really stop and think about how someone else is feeling, right? And so that you really need that, right? When you're trying to be an ally for someone, you need to be able to stop and think, how are they feeling? So I'm going to put this up here. What is an ally? So this is in your thing that you have to type up for the homework. An ally is someone who consciously decides to support another person because it is the right thing to do. So they may not be your friend, maybe you never even met them before, but you're choosing to support them and help them because you know it's the right thing to do, right? Somebody drops their books on the floor in the hallway, you run over, oh my gosh, can I help you? Even whether they're your friend or not, it's like just stopping and thinking how we treat people, whether they're our close friend or they're just somebody that we just literally saw for the first time. How do we treat them, right? And so an ally is somebody who is always on the side of the person. They're there to support them. And hopefully that's you guys, right? Especially as Christians, that you're people who really do take time to care about other people and support other people. Okay, so I'm going to go into here. So what does it mean? What does it look like to be a leader and an ally? So it says being a leader means empowering others by how you act. You can decide to be a positive leader empathy can guide you, and you can decide to be an ally. So the questions that I have here for your assignment, some of the people that you look up to, who are they? You know, where are you kind of like developing and gaining your, you know, kind of like view of like, of the kind of person that you want to be? You know, is it from your family, friends, TV, celebrities? I don't know, like share what that is. Then share some tips for sixth graders. So thinking back to if you were a sixth grader now, knowing everything that you know now, having been through, you know, your experiences, what do you wish if you could offer advice to somebody younger than you? What advice would you offer them? So fill those in. And then what is an ally? So we just talked about that. And then brainstorm a list of 4 creative ways that you can be a leader and ally to younger kids in your life. Okay. So again, this can be on through technology, social media, texting, group texting, TikTok, Instagram. You know, people are watching all of these things in your life. And so the types of pictures and posts that you do, people can be inspired by them, and you can lead people through that. But again, we can lead people into a bad place or a good place, into bad choices or good choices. So you're going to have to just really think, you know, who do you want to be when people look at your social media account, or when they interact with you face to face or through a text? You know, what kind of a person are you? So that's really just our short lesson today, of some things for you to start thinking about. And I just, yeah, I pray in Jesus' name, just leadership over all of you, that you would be able to step up this year and challenge yourself to really become the person that God has created you to be. You know, maybe that looks like overcoming anxieties, worries, fears that you have, you know, fears of failure, whatever it is. I pray that you can overcome those things and you can become even stronger and closer to who you were created to be. Alrighty, so everything's on the website right here. The link to the lesson is right there. And don't forget about your typing too. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Have a good week.